How's it going, breadwinners? Hummus Thunder here, and today's video is actually going to be done by Hummus Jr. He wanted to make a video, so I let him take the time to make a video for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Good evening, breadwinners. Warzone is out and we are all stuck at home, so I think we all know what we're going to be doing for a while. Today, we're going to be discussing the best places to be landing in Warzone, so let's just get straight into it. For the criteria that I'm going to be using the amount of buy stations nearby, the amount of players nearby, usually this is related to the amount of named locations that are nearby, and how much actual loot there is, how many vehicles are nearby, if any, and the amount of cover for fights. So I think the criterion are pretty all-encompassing, and remember, from my experience, these are the best locations to drop. For some of you, your experiences might be different, and you might disagree with me, and if you want to drop your own opinions, please do so down below. Make sure to watch all the way through to see if your favorite spot made my list. Odds are, you will not guess number one. So we're going to be starting from the bottom of our top 5 list, and we're not going to spend much time on the bottom portion of our list. So for number 5, we're going to be looking at TV station. So for TV station, a lot of people might be surprised that TV station is so low on our list. But my reasoning for this falls mostly around the lack of buy stations next to TV station. And also, the amount of loot there is relatively small compared to the amount of players that go there, because we all know a lot of people like to go to TV station. But if you're going to be going for only kills, this is a pretty good place to go, but just remember, you're going to be kind of under-prepared for endgame. Alright, number 4, Storage Town. Storage Town ranks above TV Station for the sole reason that compared to TV Station, there's actually more loot relative to the amount of players that go there. And keep in mind, there are still a lot of players that go there, so you will still be able to get a good amount of kills. The things that hold Storage Town is the lack of cover for engagements, because a lot of the time you're going to be kind of forcing yourself to mantle on top of the buildings and get cover like that, but that's still not very good cover. And in the area, there's like a general lack of buy stations. They're kind of on the outer edges, which kind of, it's okay, but it's just not as much as some of these other places that we're going to be talking about. So before we get into our top 3, I just want to remind you guys, if you like what you're watching so far, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Liking the video for an action that is so small makes a huge impact in the algorithm. If you guys could do it, that'd make my day. So for number 3, airport. Okay, now we're in the top 3 of the list. So all of these places are primed to be dropped at and usually can bag you quite a few kills, as well as get you a good amount of loot. So this area is no different from any of the other ones. You will get a lot of kills and you will get a lot of loot. And as well as this, there's a decent amount of cars nearby an airport, considering it's a big-ass airstrip. But, and as you know, cars are pretty meta. The only thing holding airport back is, once again, the distribution of buy stations. The buy stations are pretty decently spread apart, and to get to 2 of the buy stations, you do need to actually cross the asphalt, which can get you killed quite frequently. Compared to the next 2 areas, it doesn't really do so well in that department. So, number 2. Number 2 is downtown. Downtown has everything that airport has, but better, and then some more. Most of the time, downtown has a fair deal more players than airport does, in my experience, which means more kills. And it also has a huge amount of loot relative to the amount of players that go there, as well as cover. It's pretty much just a bunch of buildings. So if you don't mind getting shot down at a few times, you should be fine going to downtown, and usually you can go underneath their building and sit there for a little bit and try to pick them off. Now, where it really earns its spot is the buy stations. Downtown has a whole hell of a lot of buy stations, which makes it really easy to get access to premium loot, getting you really prepped for endgame. Alright, now we are at number 1. The best place for you to land, in my experience, is actually unnamed and is right here. Hopefully I remember to put a picture there. So, before you get your pitchforks out for me calling an unnamed area the best place to land at, let me explain. So, the reason why I love this area so much is because of the sheer amount of loot present in the immediate area. And when I say there is a lot of loot. Furthermore, a good amount of players also like to land here, and you can get some easy kills on those guys. But another good thing is the amount of vehicles here. On average, my squad finds 2 to 3 vehicles in this area per match. But the best thing, in my opinion, is the buy stations. Within the immediate area, there are 2 buy stations, and on the hill next to it, there are 3 more stations. These buy stations, unlike some of these other areas, are very close together. And this area, also unlike some of the other areas, is very small, which means a lot of this loot is very densely packed, which means you can get your 6,000 and get a buy station pretty much immediately as soon as the match starts. Speaking of the hills, because of this hill that's next to it, you can get easy high ground if you want to push, say, for example, TV station. And in that push, you can use the hill as a pretty good vantage point, pick off one dude in the squad and go and clean them all up. Combine this with the fact that this area is between two of the most populated areas on the entire map, TV station and airport, getting high kill games is a breeze depending on how you want to push. Well guys, that is all for today's video. Do you agree with our list? More than likely, you probably have some differing opinions, so I really want to hear them down below, as well as maybe your reasoning why. Give me some of your logic behind where you rank your certain areas. But that's it from me. Peace.